previous video we discussed about refractive index of a medium. It is a term that tells how much speed variation happens to light while it enters from one optical medium to another optical medium, or how much it deviates. Okay, this idea, how much it deviates from its original path while entering from one medium to another optical medium. This is indicated by the term refractive index. Now let us see which factors will affect the refractive index of a medium. There are three factors. First one, density of medium. If density of the medium increases, you know, the velocity of light will decrease. Refractive index, the formula for refractive index in this example, refractive index of glass with respect to air is velocity of light in first medium upon velocity of light in second medium. Okay, so density of this medium increases means speed of light in this medium, second medium, will decrease. Okay, that means denominator will decrease, so refractive index will increase. So remember, if the density of this medium increases, refractive index increases. Then second factor, temperature of the medium. If temperature of the medium increases, its density will decrease, then speed will increase. When speed increases, refractive index will decrease. Then third factor, wavelength of light. This light used, its wavelength affects refractive index. For example, suppose you are finding out refractive index of glass with respect to air by using violet light and same glass you are using red light. You are finding out refractive index of glass with respect to air by using two different colored lights. First one is violet, next one is red. You know, the different colors of white light are VIBGYOR, violet, indigo, blue, green, yellow, orange, red. And here violet has the least wavelength, red has the highest wavelength. Wavelength is different. Then let us find out how the refractive index you will get in these two different cases. Do you know the speed of all these colors is same in air? Through air medium, all the colors of VIBGYOR travel with a speed of 3 into 10 to the power 8 meter per second. So here in air, violet light will travel with 3 into 10 to the power 8 meter per second. This red light also travels with the same speed of 3 into 10 to the power 8 meter per second. But when they enter into glass, speed varies. Violet travels with the least speed and red travels with the highest speed among the 7 colors. So here violet light travels with the less speed means if you find out refractive index in this case, speed of this violet light in glass is least means refractive index will be high in case of violet. So wavelength of light is another factor that affects. If you are finding out refractive index of any medium by using any pair of media, by using violet light you will get high refractive index. but red light gives low refractive index. Means less the wavelength, high will be the refractive index. Inverse relation. Okay, if you are using red light, you will get low refractive index. So wavelength of light and refractive index are inversely related. These two terms are also factors. Density of the medium and temperature of the medium also affects the refractive index of the medium. Next topic, principle of reversibility of light. This principle states that path of light is reversible. See the diagram. Here I have drawn a light ray entering from rarer to denser medium. This line is an interface. That means this line separates the rarer and denser medium. Above the line, rarer medium, below denser medium is there. And a light ray is entering from rarer medium to denser medium. This is the incident ray, this is the refracted ray, angle I and angle R. So, if you find out sin I by sin R, you will get refractive index of denser medium with respect to rarer medium. Refractive index of denser medium with respect to rarer medium is sin I by sin R. Now, suppose you are keeping a plane mirror perpendicular to the refracted ray. This refracted ray should fall normally on the mirror at 90 degree. Angle between this refracted ray and mirror should be 90 degree. If you keep such a mirror, what happens is this ray will exactly retraces its path. That means the same path it will go back. Along which path it came, same path it will go back. That is known as principle of reversibility of light. Path of light is reversible. Then, so here after reflection, light ray is travelling from denser to rarer medium. So in that case, this ray means in that case light means after reflection light is entering from denser to rarer medium. That means this ray becomes the incident ray and this becomes the refracted ray. So this angle will be considered as the angle of incidence and this is angle of refraction. So in that case, how will you find out? Sin means the refractive index. Refractive index of second medium with respect to first medium. That means refractive index of R with respect to D is sin I by sin R. Here I means angle of incidence, that is its value is R here, and sin R means R value, this is angle of refraction after reflection. So sin I you have to write. This is equation number 1. This is equation number 2. So equation number 1 is made for the first case. I mean before reflection, light is entering from rarer to denser medium. For that you made this formula. After reflection, light is travelling from denser to rarer medium. For that you made this formula. Then can you make a relation between these two factors? For that, if you multiply equation 1 with equation 2, what you will get? These two equations you are multiplying. Refractive index of denser medium with respect to rarer medium into refractive index of rarer medium with respect to denser medium is sin I upon sin R into sin R by sin I. You got it as 1. So, refractive index of denser medium with respect to rarer medium into refractive index of rarer medium with respect to denser medium is equal to 1. Therefore, you can write refractive index of denser medium with respect to rarer medium is equal to 1 upon refractive index of rarer medium with respect to denser medium. Okay. So, if you know the refractive index of denser medium with respect to rarer medium, you can find out the other one. Reverse case you can find out. Lesson 1 numerical to make this idea clear. Refractive index of glass with respect to air is 3 by 2. And what will be refractive index of air with respect to glass? The media are interchanged. It will be reciprocal of it, 2 by 3. This is the meaning of principle of reversibility of light. Okay, refractive index of glass with respect to air is 3 by 2 means if you interchange the media, I mean refractive index of air with respect to glass will be reciprocal of it. It will be 2 by 3. This is known as principle of reversibility of light. Now let us experimentally verify the laws of refraction. Okay, already I mentioned laws of refraction in the previous topic. The ratio of sin I upon sin R remains constant for a pair of media. Okay, and we are going to prove it through an experiment. For this experiment, you need a drawing board, some drawing pins, drawing sheet and a rectangular glass block. Let us start the experiment. You have to fix the drawing sheet on the drawing board and place the glass slab in the middle of the drawing sheet and with a sharp pencil draw its boundary. You will get a rectangle like this. Like this you will get a rectangular outline of the glass block. Now we can remove the glass block. Then the outline remains like this on the drawing sheet. Now you may choose a point somewhere here on the longer edge. You may choose one point. At this point you can draw one perpendicular line. It must be at 90 degree with the surface of the glass slab. Okay. Then here you make an angle. You may take any angle. Suppose angle 30 degree is taken. That is what the angle of incidence we are choosing. Okay. Now, so this is the incident ray. Now the question is, where will be its refracted ray? We have to find out the refracted ray. For that, what you have to do is fix two common pins on this incident ray vertically. Fix two pins, common pins vertically over this incident ray. Okay, suppose these are the two pins. Then replace the glass block exactly over the boundary of the glass block. Then from opposite side, from this side, by closing one of your eyes, look towards these two pins through the glass block. Okay, and try to, by looking towards that two pins, you try to fix two more pins in such a way that you will feel that all these four pins are along a straight line. So fixing the third and fourth pin is very important. I repeat once again. After fixing these two pins, replace the glass block over the boundary of the glass block. Then from opposite side, by closing one of your eyes, look through the glass block towards these two pins. Then fix the third and fourth pin so that you will feel that all the four pins are in same straight line. Then, now you can remove the glass block, remove all the four pins and by joining these pin dots you can draw a straight line. This line touches the edge of the glass block here. Join these 2 points. So this is the incident ray and this is the refracted ray. So this is the angle of refraction. So you can find out refractive index of first medium is air, second medium is glass. So refractive index of glass with respect to air is sin I by sin R. I already you are knowing it is 30 degree. R you may measure with a protractor. Then find out the ratio of sin I with the sin R. You will get the refractive index of glass with respect to air. You may try with the different angles. In next diagram you may try with 35 degree or 40 or 45. Every time when you change I value, accordingly R value also changes, but every time the ratio of sin I to sin R will remain constant as long as the pair of media is same. This proves first law of refraction. Then second law states that this incident ray, refracted ray and the normal drawn at the point of incidence, they lie on the same plane. If the incident ray lies on the plane of this board like this, refracted ray also will be lying on the same plane and normal also. All these are lying on the same plane. If the incident ray lies on the plane of this board, its refracted ray can't go like this in any other plane. In which plane incident ray lies? Same plane. Refracted ray also lies. Now, there is an alternative method to calculate refractive index. Here actually the difficulty is you have to use logarithm table to find out sin 30 and sin R value, whatever it is. Suppose R came 27, then sin 30 by sin 27. You have to use logarithm table for the calculation. But there is an easy way of calculating refractive index in this case. See how to do it. This is angle I and this is angle R. You have to make a circle by taking this point. Let me mark it as O. O is the point of incidence. By taking O as center with any radius, you have to draw one circle. But that circle should cut the incident ray and refracted ray at two different points. So like this the circle will be drawn. O is the center. By taking O as center with any radius, you may draw one circle. The circle is cutting the incident ray at a point. I am marking it as A, and here the same circle cuts the refracted ray at another point B. Mark the 2 points as A and B, the cutting points. Okay, then from these 2 points, draw perpendicular line to the normal. Let me mark it as AC and here BD. From A and B, draw perpendicular lines to the normal. They are AC and BD. Now, refractive index of glass with respect to air is sin I by sin R. Then, look at this triangle AOC. This angle is right angle. So, from this triangle AOC, can you tell what is sin I? Sin I is AC by AO. Opposite side of I, that is AC, upon hypotenuse AO, divided by, what is sin R? Look at this triangle BOD. this angle is R and this angle is 90 degree. So sin R will be BD by BO. Then AC by AO into BO by BD. AO, look at the diagram, AO and BO are the radii of same circle, so they can be cancelled. So you will get AC by BD. This is another way of finding out refractive index, either by using this formula or by this formula AC by BD. AC is the perpendicular for the incident ray, BD is the perpendicular for the refracted ray. In this way also you can find out. This method is easy. You have to measure these two lengths. After drawing the circle, draw two perpendiculars, measure this length AC and BD. AC you divide with BD, that also will give refractive index. So this is how the law is verified. For different angle of I, different will be R, but every time sin I by sin R remains constant. Next topic, lateral displacement or lateral shift. In previous experiment, we have seen how a light ray, oblique light ray, passes through a glass slab, and this is the incident ray, refracted ray, and this is angle of incidence, and this is angle of refraction. Now, so while the light ray enters from air to glass, it undergoes refraction at this point. Means the ray bends at this point. Now, again, if you study the continuation of the light ray, this refracted ray again enters from glass to air. So, again the deviation happens. At this point, the light ray deviates. Look at this, refracted ray comes out from glass to air. Then again refraction happens at this point because the medium changes at this point. So altogether here 2 times refraction happened. Okay, and first refraction happened on this surface of the glass block. I am naming the glass block as ABCD. The first refraction happened on the surface AB. Second refraction happened on the surface CD. So 2 times refraction happened. The name given to this ray is emergent ray. An angle between emergent ray and normal is called as angle of emergence. So 3 angles you have to remember here: angle of incidence, angle of refraction, and this is angle of emergence. Okay, then if you extend this incident ray straight forward, let us see what happens. This is the incident ray. Extend it straight forward. If you extend this incident ray straight forward, you will see that it is going parallel with the emergent ray. The incident ray extended goes parallel with the emergent ray. Or you can say that this emergent ray is laterally shifted. This was the original path. From the original path, the light ray is laterally displaced, sideways. The word laterally means sideways. It displaced laterally. Okay, then if you measure the perpendicular distance between these 2 rays, between emergent ray and the incident ray extended, this is the perpendicular distance between the emergent ray and incident ray extended. This is known as lateral displacement or lateral shift it is called as. You may measure anywhere here or here, the perpendicular distance will be same. That perpendicular distance is known as lateral shift or lateral displacement. Now, this lateral displacement depends on certain factors. First one, thickness of the glass block. More the thickness of glass block or thickness of the medium, more will be the lateral displacement. I mean, if this thickness of the glass block is more will be the lateral displacement. Then, next factor is angle of incidence is another factor. When angle of incidence increases, lateral displacement also increases. And maximum lateral displacement will be there when angle of incidence is 90 degree. Then third factor, refractive index of this medium. This medium, if it has high refractive index, high will be the lateral displacement. You know, if you use violet color light and red color light, this lateral displacement will be different. For same angle of incidence, if you use violet light and red light, this lateral displacement happening will be different. It is reason we can explain like this. Refractive index of this glass block is different when you use red or violet light. Violet light gives high refractive index, so high will be the lateral displacement for it. For red color light, if you use, refractive index of glass block will be less, then less will be the lateral displacement. So these are the three factors that determine the lateral displacement happening in a rectangular glass slab.